Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, aka Mr. Man of the People. And the ManDem United podcast is the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United people. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, as I start each and every live stream on the channel, whether it's here on the YouTube or on the Twitch. Big up to everyone who's supporting Sarcasm City TV. Make sure as soon as you land, whether you're watching live right now or watching this back, hit the like button on the video. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. Please share this across all of the socials as well. Make sure you share this across all of the socials. I don't know why one of my plaits is curled up, but we move. Share it across all the socials and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you hit the notification bell when you subscribe, people. Make sure you do that. Hit that. It's rolled to 5K. Like I said, get all of your Manchester United questions in as well. Get them all in. I will just be hosting the show by myself, but Ivorian will be back next week. Obviously, Tuesdays and Fridays we'll be back at Tuesdays 5 p.m. with Ivorian, and then Fridays 5 p.m. I'm going to talk to Eddie and try to sort that out with him. But yeah, check out the upcoming live stream schedule as well. But as you can see from the title, people, Ten Hag has Manchester United on a roll. That's what it is. What I'm saying, it's great to be able to do a ManDem United podcast and talk all things positive in regards to Manchester United. Well, most things positive, I should say. It is most things positive when it comes to Manchester United and Eric Ten Hag. Winning games, number one. Most important, winning games. Two, putting in good performances. Not only good performances as a team, but also individually, we're putting in good performances as well. We'll get into that. The injuries is a concern, but we're looking better, much better defensively. We're looking much better offensively as well, which are both major pluses, because I wasn't expecting this at all. I was not expecting Manchester United to look the way we've looked, not in the slightest. I did not expect United to look like this at all. Like I had high expectations for Ten Hag, even though it was a bit unknown, but I didn't expect us to look this good this quickly, because I know how, and that's not even shots at Ten Hag's ability. I know how light this squad is and how poorly this squad performed last season, and we all seen it. Yes, the new signings have been a revelation. Eriksen, Casemiro, Martinez, Antony, like those four have helped so much, especially Casemiro, who we'll speak on as well in depth. But obviously, Manchester United play tomorrow against Everton, and then so it's FA Cup tomorrow against Everton, and then quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup on Tuesday versus Charlton. So yeah, man, it's gonna be very interesting to see how that goes. But like I said, you lot get your questions in. I don't know, Ryan's in there crying about Van Dijk, but we move. This is Manchester United show, so I don't know why he's talking about Liverpool. But here we are, people. Here we are. But what was I gonna start with? Yeah, I'll start with the game against Bournemouth, and in particular the second goal, which was Luke Shaw's goal. Again, just quality from back to front. It was a good team goal as well. Luke Shaw's form has been good. I've seen him play centre-back in a back four now. He also played left-back as he did against Bournemouth, and he's been playing well. I just hope his form can continue. But what a great goal it was. What a great goal it was. You know what I'm saying? And what likes are we even on? Are we even in double-figure likes? Yo, likes is way too low. Let's bump them up. Let's bump up them likes. Likes is way too low. I don't know what's going on here. You lot bump up the likes. But as I was saying, the Luke Shaw goal, quality team goal. And just a good performance overall. That's what I liked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I liked the good team performance from Manchester United. That was the most that's the most pleasing thing. And also, I'm going into games confident. I'm going into games expecting to win. But let me get this out of the way. You know what I'm saying? Let me address the elephant in the room before somebody asked it. Are Manchester United in a title race? No. Can Manchester United good enough to be in a title race? No. Is it a title charge? No. Can Manchester United win the Premier League? Also no. Let me just state that right now. Like, I was on Unfiltered podcast, obviously on Saeed's channel with Andy Tate AA. Shout out to all them dons, and we was running jokes about it. And if United are top of the league come the end of January, we're not in a title race. But I'm just enjoying, like I keep saying, United playing well and United looking like one of the better teams in the country, which we do. Could we finish in the top four? I was very skeptical of it at the start of the season. I'm still skeptical of it now, just because of injuries. Because even though players are playing well, form is temporary, class is permanent. So do I trust these players to do that? No, I really don't. Like, yeah, Luke Shaw's playing well currently. How long does this last? We've seen Luke Shaw play well before. Wan-Bissaka is also currently playing well. How long does this last though with Wan-Bissaka? Lindelof and Maguire did all right against Bournemouth. How long does it last? Like, that's my issues. Injuries are now stacking up. How long does form last? Bruno's playing better. Rashford playing very well as well, which I'm very happy about. Rashford playing well. How long do these things last? So no. Let me just clarify that. To me, we're not in a title race, but I am looking at a trophy, and I've stated that. That's why these two games coming up are vitally important. These two games are so. Point this. Here's I go as far as to say, just for me, the games against Everton and Charlton are more important than the Manchester derby, because I don't believe a trophy is riding on the Manchester derby. Legit, literally, a trophy is riding on the Everton game, and a trophy is riding on that Charlton game. We can get to a semi-final if we pass Charlton. FA Cup 4th round if we pass a poor Everton side. And Chelsea play City, so that means one of the Premier League sides will go out. And I'll check the FA Cup fixtures, but I'm sure there's more FA Cup. There's all Premier League ties in the 3rd round of the FA Cup, which helps us as well. It's all about draws. Obviously, we got Europa League coming up against Barcelona as well. Target the free cup competitions, because I expect us to win a trophy, and I genuinely think we will. Like Adam's saying here, flawless, we move in silence. Move in silence to what exactly, Adam? You need to elaborate on that. What are we moving in silence to? That's what I want to know. Bambo says, do you think Lissandro comes straight back in? Yes, because I don't believe Lindelof's form, because he played left-sided centre-back, has been that good, and Shaw deserves to start at left-back. So Martinez, if he's 100% fit, which I know he came on the pitch against Bournemouth, he should, he should be all right. You know what I'm saying? He should be all right, and he should be able to go back into the side. Same with Varane as well. Obviously, United have a lot of games coming up. We have a lot of games coming up. So therefore, yeah, Martinez and Varane, we need them fit and firing, because it's going to be a very, 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 very tough end to the season. Dwayne says, big up, flawless. Big up to you, Dwayne, man. Large up, big up, big up. Just on the rise, no pressure on us to win a trophy. No, there's pressure on us to win a trophy. We will not get a better opportunity to win multiple trophies in a long, long time. I don't think. Like, look at it. FA Cup versus Everton at home. Favorable draw against the poor Everton side. I've already stated Chelsea are playing City. So one of the big six is definitely going out. I'm actually going to check the rest of it. We play Charlton. We play a League One side at home for a space in the Carabao Cup semi-final. There's no guarantee both Newcastle and City go through. Obviously, City play Southampton. I'm not sure who Newcastle play. So the pressure's definitely on us to win a trophy. Let me run through. I'm actually going to check the fixtures now. I'm legit going to check the fixtures now, because we definitely in need of a trophy. Oh yeah, let me not forget as well. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment, people. Link is in the membership. Link is in the membership. Link is in the pinned comment for the Sarcasm City TV membership. So make sure you check it out. Right, let me check the FA Cup fixtures. Again, you lot continue to get your questions in as well. Okay, I will answer any questions you lot have. Right. So I'm looking here. This is FA Cup. I already stated we play Everton. We're the first game tomorrow. There will be a watch along on the channel for that as well. So let me see. Crystal Palace, Southampton, that's one. That's one. Brentford, West Ham, that's 2. Liverpool, Wolves, that's 3. City, Chelsea, that's 4. So 4 Premier League sides are definitely going out of the FA Cup, because there's 4 all Premier League ties. So 4 Premier League sides are definitely going out without doubt. And on top of that, one of those is Chelsea or City. So already we're in a more favorable position, because we're cutting down the Premier League sides, and hopefully if we get through, we avoid a Premier League side, get a favorable home draw, and then more Premier League sides draw each other. This is why the pressure is on us to win a trophy. Let me actually check the Carabao Cup. Obviously, we play Charlton. I know City have Southampton. I'm going to check the other fixtures as well, the other quarterfinal games. Yeah, have a look. See, people, always working while I'm working. Hold up. Right. Let me check this out. Carabao Cup fixtures. Here we go. So, all right, Newcastle play Leicester. So that's another Premier League side out. This is the Carabao Cup now. So Newcastle play Leicester. Forest play Wolves. Southampton play Manchester City. So it's all Premier League. It's all Premier League sides all Premier League ties apart from ours. So Newcastle or Leicester City are going out. Nottingham Forest or Wolves are going out. Southampton or Manchester City. In the ideal world, we probably like Leicester to go through, Forest to go through, and Southampton to go through. Probably won't happen, but in an ideal world, yes, imagine that does happen. Then we're favourites. Then it's a two-legged tie versus Leicester City, Forest, or Southampton for a place in the final. We need to win a trophy this season. Need to win a trophy. So that draw was really, really, really kind to us. Some will disagree. I say target the Cups. Premier League should be fourth. To me, fourth priority. Flawless says Dubravka impressed you. Do you want him to join on a permanent? He's already gone back, Bambo. He's already gone back to Newcastle. They recalled him, I believe. I just hope the United board can sense that we can actually win a trophy and back Ten Hag. This is a great point to win. This is a very, 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 very good point. And this is why it's so important we make signings this month. Our season, to me, is probably dependent on it. We are two or three signings away from significantly increasing our chances at winning a trophy. Because the games is thick and fast. We play tomorrow, which is the 6th. Then we play the 10th. Then I believe it's like the 14th. Then the week after, I think it's Arsenal. And that's excluding a potential FA Cup next round tie and Carabao Cup semi-final legs and the Europa League as well. So yeah, definitely, like 110%, we need to sign players. I've spoken on this in depth and about the Ryan DM me and was like, do I think Manchester United can win the Premier League? And I said, no, because our squad is thin. Our squad is thin. It's thin in terms of quality and it's also thin in terms of quantity as well. Like, yeah, all right. So look at the backups. Like, all right, Martial and Donny both went down the tunnel. We now have no senior striker at the football club. That should never happen. Unless it's like a crazy injury crisis where like your 3 strikers are injured. That shouldn't happen. I've said this the longest time. We can't rely on Martial. I rate Martial as a footballer, but you can't rely upon him because he can't stay fit. And we're seeing it again and again and again. This is why I said we need 3 strikers. We need 2 bare minimum. And hopefully, I stated is whether Ten Hag does this or not. I'm not sure when Sancho is back, but when Sancho does get back permanently, I'd play him centrally. I'd play Sancho through the middle, 110%. You have to be in this league. If you are not PMP, if you are not pace and power, if you are not athletic, you will struggle out wide unless your other attributes are exceptional. And that's not just that Sancho that I've spoken on this in depth on this channel before. Many times, like especially recently as well. If you are not pace and power, if you are not athletic, playing specifically out wide, your other attributes have to be crazy. If you're at the top level, the only one I can think of who is very successful is Mahrez. He's the only one I can think of. Everyone else in the league, whether it's the Premier League, whether you look at the Bundesliga, whether you look at La Liga, Serie A, all the top talents who play out wide and all the players we're linked with, and most people's top 5 players are pace and power. Like, do you need other attributes with that? Yes, you also need to be technically sound. But in 2023, like I stated, entire 2022 about football being a system game, football is also a pace and power game. It's also an athlete's game. And that's why I now like to see Sancho play centrally, because I think Sancho has all the attributes to play centrally, preferably in a false 9. I'd like to see him in the 10 if we are dominating the ball. If we have 65, 70% possession, Sancho in the 10 works. I wouldn't go away to Manchester City and play Sancho in the 10. But I play him in the false 9. He has everything. The little give and goals, the link-up play he can drop off. And a lot of his better moments this season have come from more central areas. And we're light there. Because we have Rashford and Garnacho who can play left. Antony plays right. Whether Diallo, whether we can recall him or he comes back in the summer, there's the 2 wide spaces patterned. That's your 4 right there. That's a good quarter. Like I said, Rashford, Garnacho, Antony, Diallo. Now it's through the middle. Now, if we sign somebody and you add Sancho in there, now we got 2. This is why I'd sign 2 strikers. Because you have a senior striker, backup striker, Sancho. Now we have options in those areas. Now all of a sudden our forward options look so much better off the bench. We now have Garnacho, say it's Garnacho, Diallo, new striker, and Sancho off the bench to fill in those 3 areas. All of a sudden we look better. Same with Donny walking down the tunnel. We need a 10. I don't think Bruno's good enough, even though he's been playing well. I don't think Bruno's good enough for where Manchester United want to go. So we need a 10 regardless to push him on. Donny's not it. So we need a 10. So that's what? 2, 3 strikers and number 10. That's 4 players already. That's 4 players. We need 2 midfielders. I've stated this before. That's 5. I think we need a right back because Wan-Bissaka's in good form, but do I believe I think he's it? No, that's 6. I think we need 2 centre backs. That's 8. It's 8 players. So that's why we need to go again in this window because the squad is so light. So light. It really is. Dominic says, where are you from, Flawless? I can't tell by the accent. Is it Manchester down south? I'm Manchester born and bred. Manchester born and bred. I just have the South Manchester accent. That's how we sound. We don't sound like the stereotypical North. But yes, I'm Manchester born and bred. I'm saying born here, lived here all my life, still live here. 3 ideal and realistic signings in the January window. No names really stick out. I'm not gonna lie. I'll tell you positions though. 2 strikers in a midfielder. That's what I would like. You know what I'm saying? Go get someone who can play 6. Because we need everything. But yeah, go get me a midfielder who can play in the 6 and go and get me 2 strikers. That's what I would say. That's just me though. Big up little bro says, I'm so happy that Dubravka went back. Hey bro, message me so I know it's you actually. I'm gonna mud you. Text me now. Get Pops his phone if that's you and send me a text. Or if your mum's phone, either or. Ad says this window might be the worst possible time to be broke as a club relying on loan deals. The fight for top 4 has never been more intense, and we have a genuine chance at top 3 at a top 3 finish as well. I don't think it's not relying on loan deals it's not ideal, but it's not a bad thing. That's what I would say. It's not ideal, but it's not a bad thing because that just means we have to be more shrewd. And I don't want to be spending money anyway. I'm saying my apologies, people. I don't want to be spending money anyway, to be honest, in January and going splashing the cash and spending big money on certain players. No. I'm good on that. Yo, why the likes so low? Yeah, you lot bump up the likes. What's going on? But yeah, as I was saying, loan deals I like Joao Felix, for instance. I like the idea. I would bring in Joao Felix on loan because I have my reservations that stated about the pace and power and athleticism. So why not bring him in on loan? And he's needed. And if it goes well, then you sign him. If it doesn't go well, you go, all right, cool. We lost 16 million because that's the figure that's being banded about for Joao Felix is 16 million. But I'd rather spend 60 million on a loan deal than spend 80, 90 million and he's a bust. What would you rather do? 16 million or 70, 80, 90, 100 million? To me, it's a no-brainer. I don't think the fight for top 4 has been intense. I don't think it's intense because I don't rate the teams around us. City are good. Arsenal are good. Cool. Newcastle are also playing well. Other than that, I don't really rate the teams around us. Chelsea are a mess. Liverpool are a mess. Spurs are not sustainable and can implode at any minute with Conte. Who else is there? So I don't think it's intense. I don't rate the teams around us. I think we are literally 2. I think what I will say is I think this transfer window can confirm us top 4 or not. If we bring in 2 free players of quality in certain areas, we finish top 4 100%. And I was doubtful. But like I said, I didn't expect the teams around us to be so bad. And I didn't expect Manchester United to be this good. So it shocked me. It's surprised. Abdi saying Justin Martial fit for tomorrow's game. Oh, that's good then. Hopefully he is fit. Fardeen says we need 3 midfielders backup for Cass, someone to play alongside Cass and a new 10. Yeah, that's 3 midfield. I agree. That's exactly what I said, Fardeen. We need 3 midfielders, all backup. You could argue a better 10 than Bruno, even though Bruno's been playing well. Like, this is what I'm talking about. We need a lot of players. This squad is short. And I'm not getting gassed up and getting lost and letting me be happy cloud my judgment. I don't let emotions cloud my logic. Nah. Best Manchester United player this season. Probably Casemiro. Honorable mention to Martinez. Honorable mention to Dalot. But it's Cas to me. Man, like Casemiro. I reckon you win more than 1 trophy as well this season. I ain't saying all that. That's Ryan's fault, people. I'm not saying all that. Can Manchester United win more than 1 trophy? Yes. Will we? I'm not going out on the limb to saying yes, we're winning multiple. Do I think we win 1? Yes. Which one? I don't know. Which one it is? I'm unsure. I don't know. I'm not sure. Because there's so many variables. A lot depends on injuries for us. If we could guarantee that our whole team stays fit, then I'd be like, yeah, we definitely win a couple trophies. But we've seen it. Martial went off, even though Abdi saying in the chat he's fit. Donny went off. Like, that's it. Like, a Casemiro, Varane injury, we in trouble if that happens. Just a couple injuries. Couple injuries, like, really can't, even though we've coped very well and much better with the injuries right now than I expected. Like, we've coped very well with no Dalot. We coped very well with no Martinez and Luke Shaw playing at centre back. But even though it was only a couple of games, I was concerned. Even when I seen the back four against Bournemouth, because that was, as people were saying on Twitter, that was Ollie's back four. It was Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw as the fullbacks, Lindelof and Maguire as the centre backs. But we coped well and we played well. So, but yeah, we'll see. Ali says, I don't want to butcher your first name, my guy, so that's why I went with your surname. Eriksen's in a 10. Eriksen is a 10. I don't think we need another 10. Eriksen is a 10. But the problem is, if Eriksen doesn't play in the double pivot, who plays there? McTominay, who's not good enough, and Fred, who's not good enough. That's the issue we have. If we were to sign another 6, I would push Eriksen forward into the 10 and then play the new 6 next to Casemiro. Say, for instance, it's not going to happen until before someone jumps in the chat and says, we're not signing Depay. Hypothetically speaking, if Manchester United were not Depay, De Jong. If Manchester United were to sign De Jong, I would play Casemiro, De Jong, and then Eriksen in the 10. That would be my midfield three. But I understand how short we are. Scott said it when we was on the Q&A. Shout out to Scott. He was like, the problem you have is that your best number 10 is also one of your best number 6s. And as facts, I think Eriksen is the best 10 we have. He's definitely, without doubt, the best 10 we have. Jonathan says, would you take Depay in January? Begrudgingly, yes. But it'd be begrudgingly and only on loan. I wouldn't want him permanently. But I'd take him on loan to the end of the season. Hey, big up Malcolm in the cut, as always. Fardine says that Moroccan DM might be a perfect backup for Cass. Oh, I forgot his name, but I know you're talking about. The guy who played in the World Cup. Do you think that Ten Hag is doing what Van Gaal would have done if he didn't come shortly after Ferguson? No. Van Gaal is his style of play and his football and that pragmatic approach doesn't work in today's game. Pragmatic managers don't succeed anymore. They don't. Not in the Premier League. When you look, who's the last pragmatic manager and team to win the Premier League? Manchester City don't play that way. Liverpool don't play that way. Who was it? That's why you see Mourinho struggling now. The likes of Conte struggling. Van Gaal manages at international level. It can work. Van Gaal, like, that's no longer how club football goes. That pragmatic approach and when you look at all the best teams in Europe, they don't play in a pragmatic way. Whether that's City, whether that's Liverpool, whether that's, you could say Chelsea under Tuchel, they did, yeah. Whether that's Real Madrid, whether that's Bayern Munich, whether that's PSG. Let's say they're the best 5. None of them really play with that pragmatic approach. Doesn't mean it can't work, but it's not what is successful now. So, no, I don't think Van Gaal was the right guy. We needed someone fresh, man, someone younger. That's what it is, someone with fresh ideas. And that's what Ten Hag is. Ad says Bruno 28, Eriksen 30, Casemiro 30. Wonderful midfield that is working for us right now, but long-term planning needs to happen in the summer by at least 2 elite 21 to 24-year-olds mids. Yeah, that's about right, Ads. I fully get what you're saying here. Like, it's working now, and it's great that it's working now because we need to win now. But we also need to plan for the future and be looking at backup to those 3. Absolutely. I agree. Absolutely. I agree. Chris says, big up, Flawless, big up to you. Crazy thing is, Bruno himself said he's an 8, so why can't Bruno and Eriksen swap positions? He can play as an 8, but I don't think he can play at a 6 next to Casemiro. He's not disciplined enough. He's not defensively sound enough. Eriksen's much more defensively sound. Like, the positions he picks up, like cutting off passing lanes, it's not Bruno's game. Bruno's a high-energy presser, get up and down. He's not a sit-in and screen type of player. Like, so no, Bruno in the 8. So we don't really play with 8s like that either. Can we spare him? You're a joker. There we go. There we are. Can we have a minute silence for the Enzo deal for Chelsea? Spare a thought for brothers and sisters who support Chelsea. Yo, our prayers up to them, man. The out of context Sarcasm City account hates me. Yeah, man, that account be dunking on you like attackers dunk on Trent at the back post. I love it. Shout out to the out of context Sarcasm City TV account on Twitter. Flawless Van Gaal only plays pragmatic when his team sucks. United, the Netherlands, he was always a coach who played attacking football and groomed guys like Guardiola and Enrique. So when's the last time Van Gaal played attacking football? When's the last time he was successful at the top European level? He's done, man. Van Gaal done at the highest European level. He will not get a top job in Europe anymore. Because he's experienced and his resume stands up. And I'm not saying he's a bad manager, but if you're trying to win a Premier League and a Champions League, you're not hiring Van Gaal. You're not hiring Van Gaal. Like, he's not it anymore. Same way you're not hiring Mourinho. You're not hiring a Conte. If Real Madrid, let's say Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, jobs became available, they're not hiring either of those managers. They're not. But they would go and get a Tuchel, for example, who's available on the market. Even though he does play, actually, he only played the pragmatic style at Chelsea, but he's just a better manager in 2023. That's all it is. Bushra says, Mitrovic got to be the highest rated striker to be playing for Fulham, like in Europe. What's this? Oh, his expected goals is he top 5? He's 28. Hey, props to Mitrovic. He's doing well. Always prefer Rashford out wide. Always prefer Rashford playing out wide, but he can do a job through the middle, of course. Look at Van Gaal at Ajax, won the Champions League, and Bayern Munich that beat us in the Champions League. Yeah, when was this though? What year was this? When Ajax won it, this is 94. I'm saying people in Ryan were even born in 94. Like, what are we talking about? Why are we going back to 94? God, 90. Yeah, I swear, that's why Ajax won it in 94. I know it was mid-90s anyway. Like, come on, man. Like, he's done. Why are we hyping up Van Gaal? Like, come on. Van Gaal only plays professional football. He's done at the top level, though. He's pragmatic and non-park the busway, as weird as it sounds. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, 95. I'm saying, like, Van Gaal's no longer here anymore. Big up, but Flawless, I have to comment on this, though. Do you know Eriksen is a flaw to our midfield, right? He doesn't commit to any tackle, although he's good on the ball. The midfield gets run through easily. I disagree with this in terms of our midfield getting run through easily. Like, if our midfield's getting run through easily, that's on Casemiro. That's Casemiro's job to deal with that. That's why he's behind that. And him saying he doesn't commit to any tackle is incorrect. He's a screener. Like, what are we talking about? He's not supposed to be flying into tackles. That's not Casemiro. That's not Eriksen's game. There's no deep line playmaker that flies into tackles. Name one. Who's the deep line playmaker in today's game that flies into tackles? Modric don't fly into tackles. Cruz don't fly into tackles. Pirlo didn't. Xavi didn't. The list goes on, but all of a sudden we want it from Eriksen. No, that's on the DM. So that's on when it's Modric and Cruz playing, that's on Casemiro to deal with that. When Pirlo was playing, that's on Gattuso to deal with that. When Xavi and Iniesta are playing, that was on Busquets or Yaya Toure to win the ball. Right, what are we talking about? All of a sudden we want Eriksen to... I don't understand this comment whatsoever. I don't. De Jong doesn't do it either from what I've seen. I've not watched a lot. But from where De Jong don't fly into tackles. So yeah, he's not a hindrance to the midfield. It's a team game. What he's very good, what he's very good at and what Casemiro very good at mesh well. Like I said, if our midfield is getting ran through, that's on Casemiro. If the ball's not being progressed up the pitch, that's on Eriksen. That's how I look at it. We need to upgrade on Eriksen in the summer and have him as a bench option. He's good in small games, but not in the big games. How many big games has he played? That's what I want to know. How many big games has he played? What's the sample size we're talking about him not being good in big games? That's what I want to know. People are funny. Yeah, man. 94, man. You know what I'm saying? Say, man, we're even born in 94. Facts. I was a kid in 94. What are we talking about? Flawless is crazy how we had both Jose and Ole. You couldn't see that we needed a proper CDM. Nah, Mourinho tried with Majic. That was the Majic signing. The problem was that it was just one. There should be two of everything. Without doubt. Where else we at? Eriksen is doing a very good job in midfield, but I will say some of the defensive elements are not natural to Eriksen's game. He tries and is learning and improving, but you can see it sometimes. That's every single deep line playmaker because he's better offensively than he is defensively. I don't like this criticism of him because every deep line playmaker has this. Everyone has this. Who's this perfect midfielder that does everything? That's why you have a Casemiro next to him. But man just want to get onto Eriksen. This makes no sense to me. I'm lost. I'm lost. But in terms of improving on Eriksen, yeah, if we can get someone better, I'm cool with that. But Eriksen's been a good signing for us. And when he don't play, you see the difference. Facts, Eriksen was always supposed to be a bench player. De Jong was Ten Hag's priority target. Eriksen is better than McFred, and I'd rather him in there right now than anyone else. I'm with that. But De Jong didn't happen. So I'm very happy with our Eriksen is. We're playing well. Part of the reason why Casemiro's playing so well is because he's next to Eriksen, because they complement each other so well. Is Ten Hag better? Yeah, Ten Hag better. Is Casemiro better? Yes. But Eriksen is a massive part to that. I might just be saying anything. No. What is the no, Z? You said he only plays well he doesn't play well in big games. Was it you who said that? So answer the question. Man, I'm just not gonna say something and then let me see. Was it you who said that? Hold up. Yeah. So what's the big games? Back to this. Before I answer any more of your questions, answer mine. What are these games he doesn't play well in? What's the big games? Name me this season. So that's what I want to know. Would you like Fred to be used in the big games like Ji-sung Park? Not mad at it whatsoever. Yeah, Ryan. Eriksen has been very good in the big game. I mean, very good signing. Very good. He's a massive part of why we're playing the way we're playing. Massive, huge part. Easily been one of our best players. Easily. Man says big up Flawless. Hey, big up every single time. Big up. Big up. No. I'm asking Ryan because I don't know. Big games is subjective. Are we talking about big game in terms of the table? Are we talking about big game in name? What are we talking about in big games? I like to clarify. You know what I'm saying? I like this. I need clarity on that because that's an empty statement. Oh, he doesn't play well in the big games. Okay, so what are the big games? How many has he played in? And then how many has he not played well in? How many has he played well in? Yeah, ads. People just want to complain, and like I said, people just unhappy. That's what it is. People legit. That's what I've noticed. That's exactly what you lot bump up the likes as well. Subscribe to the channel. All that good stuff. Please do. But yeah, Z, I'm waiting on you as well. Again, you lot continue to get your questions in as well. Can you really have big games in terms of the table, though, when not even half of the league season has gone yet? I mean, he thinks the rest of the top six. This is why I'm asking Ryan, because I don't want to assume. Because I could respond and then he's like, that's not what I mean. So that's why I'm asking. See? So now man's changed it. So now it is, I don't mean he doesn't play well in the big games. I mean, in the big games, we need someone with more energy and someone with a more defensive-minded. See, but that man just legit just said he's good in, see what I'm saying, people? He's good in the small games, but not in the big games. Now I've questioned him. Now it's changed. Now we need, so this is just a preference thing. This is why I ask questions, people, because people just be saying anything. This is a prime example, and I use this all the time of why I don't argue on Twitter. Man legit said here, Z just said he's good in the small games, but not in the big games. Then he goes, again, preference. So just say that. Say what you prefer. Say what you prefer. So he says, now it's no, we need someone with more energy. So that's just his preference. He wants someone with more energy there. That's cool. But you see the lie he just put on Eriksen's name. That's a bold-faced lie. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I don't interact. This is why I ask questions. This is why I waited to see. Because first and foremost, it was Eriksen don't play well in big games. Now it's no. I don't mean it that way. We need someone with more energy and a more defensive mind. All right, whatever's he in it. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? People just be lying in that. I'm saying people just be lying. Exactly. Prime example. He's not even a big, but he's not played. I already knew this when I asked the question. He's not played in enough big games because we played City once, Chelsea once, Arsenal once, Liverpool once. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. That you could class really as big games. So it's 4. So the sample size is not big enough. I'm saying, okay, no. I do get it. You know what I'm saying? I've just called you out on it. That's all it is. It's a preference thing. Let me come back to this again. So don't say, all right, don't get it. No. You know what I'm saying? You just tried a thing thinking I wouldn't pull you up on it. Look at this comment here. He's good in the small games, but not in the big games. Now all of a sudden you are elaborate. Be specific with your words. Be specific, because now man's changed it. You know what I'm saying? Now man switched it up. Just say I have a preference. But then you say, I don't mean he doesn't play well in big games, but that's what you just said. So you tripping up over your own words. I mean, in the big games, we need someone with more energy. That's a preference. We need someone. That's what you want. I don't particularly want that. Who knows if Ten Hag wants that or not? We don't know until he makes more signings. But this is your preference. But don't put your preference out there like it's gospel and it's facts. Don't do that, because I will call you out on it. So don't do that about, I don't understand it. And Spurs you can throw in. This is ridiculous, man. Yeah, man, more passion, desire, and intensity. That's all man needs. All man has to do is hold his hands up and say, that's what I prefer. I just prefer someone who's a different profile to Eriksen. But no, man tried to shun Eriksen and then switched up within 2 minutes. Come on, man. I do this. Like, don't do that. Because I will call you out on it, or anybody else on it. Because if it's me, I'll get called out on it. So I'm going to do the same to you, lot. And that's fair. I'm saying, man literally switched within 2 minutes. I mean, he doesn't play well. I don't mean he doesn't play well in the big game. So why did you just say he doesn't play well in big games if that's not what you mean? Again, narratives, agendas, because of your preference. I fully get what you're saying. You just don't like the fact that I'm calling you out on it. That's all it is. Yes, to answer your question, yes. Are you going to play him against City and Arsenal? Yes, I would play him away. Yes, I would. Now what? You know what I'm saying? Yes, I would. Because I see other teams go to these places and play one defensive-minded central midfielder and have success. So, yes, I would. If that's your preference is different, cool. But don't say he doesn't play well in big games. That's a lie. That's just a straight lie. You know what I'm saying? But rather than go, I got caught out, but it is what it is. It's ridiculous, man. It's outrageous. Let's wait and see what happens when we play City at home next week. Eriksen will have Casemiro next to him. I expect a good performance. Yeah, we're going to find out. And if you don't have a good performance, it is what it is. If you don't, then we look at it and go, wow, City got us. Because they have one of the best midfields in the league. It might not have been performing to a high level, but they have quality in those areas. It's going to be a tough battle, and it's going to be great to watch. But I think we have a good midfield, and I think they have a good midfield. Preferably R2 and Eriksen and Casemiro and whoever they play, whether it's Rodri, Gundogan, and De Bruyne, for instance. So I'd say you lot bump up the likes as well. There's over 40 of you lot locked in. Let's bump up the likes. Yo, man, Eriksen, of course Eriksen's vital in big games. Anybody can see it, man. But again, it's preference. Because it's not, people can't separate, people like Z and others like that can't separate their preferences. Oh, because I don't like this, he's trash. No, it don't work like that. My preference isn't deep lying like screeners and six. I prefer Casemiro. But because I prefer Casemiro, I'm not going to shit on a Rodri. I'd say Rodri's no good. I wouldn't shit on a Jorginho and that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not reusing your words, Z. It's what you said. How am I reusing your words? You typed this. You said he's good in the small games, but not in the big games. Then you said, I don't mean he doesn't play well in the big games. You said it. How are you mad at me for something you said? I'm not reusing your words in that. You got caught out and now you feel a way about it. That's on you. That's on you. But we move, in it. You know what I'm saying in that? Don't do that. You just got caught out. That's all that is. And now you don't like it. So now it's a problem. Yeah, we all have different opinions. Cool, but that's not an opinion. This is wrong. That's not an opinion to say he's good in the small games, but not in the big games. That's not opinion because he hasn't played in enough big games. So what are we talking about? That's your preference. That's your agenda. That's your biases. Come on, man. He's not even played in enough big games. I think he's played 4 or 5. So we judging his big game record of 4 or 5 games. Like, no, judge him off 10. Judge him off 15. Judge him off 20. Like, that's unfair. I'm not going to judge anybody off that. I'm going to Old Trafford with my uncle to see Charlton play. Very excited. Never been to Manchester. Enjoy Shazam, man. Enjoy Old Trafford. Enjoy Manchester. Large up to you and your uncle, man. Enjoy. Yo, he's not played in enough big games and that, man. Like I said, it's all agendas and preferences. That's what it is. People can't separate their preference from what's going on. That's why Z will just lie and lie on man's name. That's all it is. That's all it is. Flawless, what's your thoughts on Luke Shaw at the moment? He's playing great, but we all know what his mentality is like. That's my concern. How long does it last? Is he playing well? Yes. he surprised me. Very much so, he surprised me. Like, I'm really, really shocked at him being able to play as a centre-back in the back four. Pleasantly surprised, though. Also, his form has been good as well. His form has been good. But I know it can fall off a cliff at any moment. I know what Luke Shaw's like. However, Malassi is there and Ten Hag's in charge, which could help it go along. I'm hoping so. Black Diamond, nothing's wrong with Eriksen Black Diamond. It's preference. That's all it is. But man can't, like I said, people are not just Z, can't separate the difference between preference and what's going on. Like I said, my preference as a DM is Casemiro, but that doesn't mean I'll disrespect a Rodri or diss a Fabinho, like prime Fabinho, or someone who screens or Jorginho or Busquets. But my preference is Casemiro, a Gattuso, even though like they're not really around anymore. Casemiro's the last of it. But we move. If his mentality drops, Ten Hag will drop him. Yes. Yeah, I think so. Shaw is hunting a new contract. I want to see consistency next season. Yeah, Fabinho was the real deal 3 years ago, Ryan. But he's not my preference. But I wouldn't shit on him and say, oh, he's not been good. He's just not my preference. Harrison's fine, like I say, and if people want to complain, but we move. Again, continue to get your questions in, people. Get your questions in. Nah, man, even people being in their feelings, people just let their emotions cloud their logic. I'm saying, no, actually, and let their preferences in this instance, that's why I say cloud their logic. Because 1 minute he's not good in big games. The second minute it's, oh, no, I don't mean it like that. I just prefer somebody else. Well, say that from the start then. Don't have to share on him. Just say I prefer someone. And I go, you know what, Fez? I understand that point of view. I get it. Why you would want someone who's defensively more sound with more energy in there. That I get. But why don't man just say that? No, man have to be extra and share on Eriksen. And then when I call him out, I'm the wrong one for calling him out. Nah, man. I'm saying, just be honest. Just be honest. Okay, if you play Eriksen in a double pivot against, again, we get destroyed by both Arsenal and City if we're going to play him. We play him in the 10 and have Fred alongside Casemiro. All right, that's your opinion. That's cool. See, if man would have just stated this, that's cool. I disagree, but that's a cool statement to make. Fair dues. With United's position in the league, you want a Chelsea win, I'm guessing. I don't like either team. So I want Chelsea. Can they both lose tonight? That's what I prefer. That's my preference. That is my preference. For them both to lose. What else we saying? Did I miss any questions? Let me see. Big up Black Diamond as always as well. One thing I did, yeah, you lot continue to get your questions in. I'm here for like 20 minutes more. Here for like 20 minutes more. Big up Flawless and everyone else. Love from the USA. Agent 47 is doing a professional job. If we got a striker or a winger, our forward line can look dangerous. What do you think? Yeah, just big up to you, Daredevil, as always. Just before you got here, I spoke on this and our forward line. So yeah, hopefully we do get a striker. I'd take this. I'd get Diallo back in the summer, sign 2 strikers. Like hopefully 2 in January, and then have Sancho to also play central as well. That's what I would have. That's what I would have. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. That's personally what I would have. Bear with me, Dan. I got you, fam. I got you. Bear with me. Bear with me. We need an upgrade on Eriksen in the summer and have him as a vet. Oh, man, just be saying the same shit. Bye, man. Man, just jump in there talking rubbish. Yeah. I'm on Rance's Twitch at 6:30. Man, just want to come in and talk rubbish and not even say bless, big up to the chat, nothing. Bye, innit? You know what I'm saying? Take that shit to Twitter and that. Not here for that. We can go back and forth, all well and good. But if people just want to just jump in and say and just talk rubbish in a bit, man, hold a block. I'm saying it's 2023, 0 tolerance for that bullshit. Ruling with an iron fist, hold that. Go talk to yourself. Oh yeah, this is what I was doing. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. There we are. Man, just be saying the same thing over and over again, just trying to argue and not even discuss nothing. So you know what? Hold a block. And that's not Z, by the way, people. That was a new person I'd never seen in the chat before. Where else we at? Sure, shutting some people up. Love to see it. So do Izzy. He's shutting me up currently right now as we speak. As we speak right now. Well, I have nothing against Ericsson. He's quality, and I'm glad we have him. I'm not saying you have anything against him, but you just lied on his name. You said he's not good in big games. That's a lie. To prove your point, rather than just say, I'd prefer someone like this. I'm saying the messages is there that you wrote. There's no taking it out of context. Honest thoughts on Antony. Criticism is way over the top. Criticism is way over the top. But I understand why he's getting it from rivals, because we're playing well and getting results, and there's nothing. So they're gonna nitpick. It's very tough to criticize Manchester United as a rival fan currently right now. We're better as a team. We're getting wins, defensively sound. Let me criticize Antony because he's 90 M's and he's not pulling up any trees currently, or 80 M's or however much he was. Like that's what it is. So people got to nitpick. Does he need to improve? Yes, but all of our attack needs to improve. He wasn't the worst player against Wolves. Garnacho missed the sitter and Martial missed the sitter. But everyone was talking about Antony. And I was like, huh? But let Antony had missed the chance Garnacho missed, or missed the chance that Martial had missed. That would have been the talking point. But I understand now, from rival fans, I get it. Why I don't understand it from Manchester United fans. You're a fan of the team and you feed into that. Can you have your concerns about him? Yes. But again, sample size, people. He's just got here in a new team, in a new country. He's 22 years old and don't even speak English. And people are automatically trying to, he's not good enough, and I write him off. But then when he scored the 3 opening goals in the first 3 games, it was the best right winger we've had in years. And welcome to the show, as always, my guy Dan Silly, man, in the building. Yes, family, what are you saying?
And I know already, man's got the bulletproof vest on.
Yeah, fam. You know what I'm saying? I thought, let me just put it on. You know what I'm saying? And that I was like, let me just throw it on. What are you saying? though? You good? And happy New Year, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit! Happy New Year, Mr. Flawless, aka Mr. Take Note, blood. Jesus. Big up to everyone inside, man. Happy New Year, everyone, man. Hope everyone's blessed. But yeah, I was just listening to the back of what you were just talking about. Was it Antony? Yeah.
It was the Antony thing. Yeah, because someone asked in the chat about Antony. It was ads. You asked about Antony.
Bro, people need to relax, yeah, when it comes to Antony, bro. Like, man's just got here. He's a what? 21, 22? Like, we see the potential. Yeah. Like, chill, man. Shit. Like, what people, like, bro, like, come on, man. I don't think he's got off to a bad little start to his Man United career. You know what I'm saying?
Not in the slightest. He hasn't. Do we want him to improve? Yes. But that's every player. That's every attacker. Probably apart from Rashford currently. I look at it and go, yeah, I need to see more.
Exactly, bro. Like, I don't get it, bro. Like, you need to relax, bro. But,
yeah, it is. Big up Brian as well. Lad up you. Yeah, Z, man, it's all good. It's all good. Again, you lot continue to get your questions in as well, man. Ad says, me personally, I'm happy to give him time till next season, but we need to sharpen up his final third actions. Yeah, I'm going to give him at least a season.
Who? Antony?
You talking about Antony? Yeah. I give him at least a season. And then be like, all right, I need to see more from you. But he's literally in a new team, in a new country, new way of playing. He's done well. What's it called? Like, let's see. But again, do I want him to improve? He needs to improve. But again, so does Garnacho, so does Martial. I want to see more from Rashford.
This is what I'm saying. We know the potential is there. Like, we've seen the potential. Even like with Sancho and that, like before he come Man United, crazy potential. Like, Antony's been showing crazy potential, so you got to give man a chance, bro. Like, you know, if after a season and he's still moving mad, then it's understandable. Like, but just allow it, man. Give him a season, man. Shit.
Legit. That's what I'm looking at it. Like, and people want to write man off after 3 months.
Nah, but you think you got to look at is like Ten Hag. Look what he's done with other players. How he's improved them. Like, he's already worked with Antony. So there's a reason why he got him. He knows the potential's there, and I think we can all trust Ten Hag at the moment. Like, he hasn't done much wrong so far at Man United. So we have to have faith in the manager and the player. Like, he's seen something in the player. Like, even just from looking at the player. Like when you dive deeper into the type of guy he is and that, he seems quite determined in that. Do you know what I'm saying? To make shit happen and make shit right. So I'm definitely gonna give Antony time. Like I think he's got the right mentality. So to be something. And we see the downfall what happened with Rashford and how he's bounced back this season. So just have a little bit of faith, man. Allow Antony to gel into the team and all the other players we got. Obviously, some players might be slow burners and others might not be. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Obviously, Martin has come in, he hit the ground running that, but that's not. I'm Casemiro, but that's not always the case. Do you know what I'm saying?
Facts. And what's crazy is people want to write off Antony, but are still here. Not anyone specific in the chat, but people will still be like, "Yeah, give Luke Shaw time." That's what makes no sense to me. I'm saying, man, want to write off Antony after he's been here with January, like August to January, but then Luke Shaw's in his 9th, 10th year, and then people want to say, "Yeah." And Luke
same
Shaw
with the other
well,
Antony, bro. Like it's like
because I mentioned it because man have mentioned Martial. I've been like, because Ryan says I can't lie, Martial might be finished. I like him as well. It's not even a might be, and I'm a fan of Martial, but I've stated for the longest, and Ryan, you know this. I've spoken on this in depth on every live stream I've been in regards to we cannot rely upon him. So whether you think he's good enough or not is not the question. Is not what is irrelevant. Yeah, that's the correct word. Is irrelevant because he can't stay fit. Murtaza put up the numbers and was like, even if he played every Premier League game from now to the end of the season, I think he said it's 29 league games. That's not enough.
There comes a point you have to let go, man. You need to remove your personal little biases that you might like a player, like, but it's like, what's the facts, bro? Like you said, you know what I'm saying? Inconsistencies, injuries, stuff like that. You just gotta weigh it all up, like, and just be like, all right, let's move him on now, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's injuries, man. That's what it is. Because Francis here says Martial can't be the guy leading the line next season. He's injury prone, and even when he's fit, his form is inconsistent. Like, yeah, he's injury prone. That's where that stops. Like, Francis, I'm not even disagreeing with you. Like, I agree with you in that sense. Like, I think it's a wrap for him. But I was saying this at the start of this season, and I'm a fan of his. But we need to go sign strikers because I knew he's gonna break down. And people are saying he's fit for tomorrow, but I know he walked down the tunnel in the last game because of injury. So say he gets crocked against Everton. We have too many games. We got too many matches coming up. Too many matches. We're in 4 competitions. We can't be well. Even if he was like had Bruno's type of availability and stayed fit, I'd still be saying the same thing. Like you don't want to be relying on just on one striker. No. What do you think should happen to Alanga when Ahmad comes back? Maybe we loan him and see what happens. Loan him and try to sell him. That's what I would do. I would try and loan him out and then try and sell him. That's why I would. That would be my.
What do you think of Ahmad Diallo's loan spell?
I've not watched him live, but from what I've heard, he's playing well, and I like Diallo when he played for us, and I think he's the perfect backup for Antony. I'm saying another right winger who's left-footed, like he's a similar profile. So if we could recall him back now, I'd recall him back now. I'm playing. Because when Antony doesn't play out there, we just look off. Yeah, Rashford can do a job out there. Sancho can do a job. Alanga.
Didn't Ten Hag come out and say like if like he needs to be if he came back or something, he has to start or something like that?
Oh, is that what he said? I didn't know this.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I heard something like that. I don't know. Okay. But the chat will let us know.
Yeah, chat let us know. But I like it. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, I like Diallo a lot. So yeah, I'm looking forward to him coming back next season. Because all of a sudden with Rashford and Garnacho one side, I was saying this before you jumped on, and Antony Diallo the other. That good options to have. All of a sudden we now have strength in depth. We have players who can change games off the bench. That's what
it looks a bit naughty, bruv. It looks a bit naughty. I can't lie. It's a bit naughty, bruv.
It does.
Got some sauce up in there.
I like it. And then if we sign a couple strikers, all of a sudden we look miles better. Miles better. Someone just said something I wanted to get to. In the summer, would you like to sell Martial and get 2 strikers or keep him and sign 1? No, I wouldn't necessarily. Let me make this clear. I'm not saying sell Martial. That's not what I'm saying. Let me just clarify that. I'm not saying sell him. He's rubbish. Get him out the door. What I am saying is if a good offer came in for him, 1, I would take it. And 2, I would sign 2 strikers regardless because we need 2 strikers regardless. That's what I'm saying. Whether he stayed fit or not, I'd be here saying the same thing because you need competition for places. You need backup. So I would sign 2 strikers alongside Martial. When Ronaldo was here, I was saying sign 2 strikers because we have one who can't stay fit and one who's not good enough. This isn't it. And now we're just Ronaldo's gone. We're in an even worse predicament because now we have one guy who can't stay fit. Whether you rate him or not, I happen to rate him and think he's a very good player, but you don't play on the pitch enough. So I'm like, what use are you? That's why when people are hyping up a certain winger who's at Barcelona and that, I'm like, look at his numbers. Man don't play enough. Man's got 12 league goals in 4 years and people are hyping him up. But it ain't about him right now. This is Manchester United related content, but I'm just using that as an example. Availability is key and people act like it don't matter. It's like having the best car in the world and it has no engine. What use is it? You know what I'm saying? The best car in the world has got 3 wheels. But everything's cold. The engine's cold. Interior's cold. It's got TV in the back. You know what I'm saying? PS5 there, the whole 9. Air conditioning. But you can't drive it. What use is it? So yeah, sign 2 strikers regardless is my fault. What are you saying about this? I'll let you answer this question.
I'm just reminding me, obviously, we've seen what the squad depth can do, in terms of we've seen the elevation of our wing backs and that, our fullbacks, because there's competition there. You know what I'm saying? And because there's no competition in the striking department, that's a problem, man. That's a problem. Because then you ain't got players competing with each other, trying to elevate their game. And it's not, bro, it's just crazy. We literally have no one.
That's it.
What the fuck? So you said, we need more than what? We need 2 anyway. That's a bit crazy. It's like we're just hanging on by a thread, bro. Look how long we needed a DM. Casemiro's just come. What the fuck?
Facts.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, but this is Man United, isn't it? We know the Man United is weird, bro. They just I can't wait till the club is sold, man. That's all.
Oh yeah. Can't wait on that either, man. Can't wait on that either.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah. Getting the club sold 100%. And to Chris, who says, I'm telling you, Ten Hag ain't moving off Martial. Even if he's not, I'm not asking him to move on from Martial. Though. I'm saying go and, Dan said it, and I've said it. I'm going to sound like a broken record. Go sign a striker regardless, because we can't just have one player for that position. So I'm not asking him to move on, because I trust his judgment. I'm asking him to, provide depth, because if Martial gets injured, which he will, we know this. It's a wrap. Then we're playing Rashford up top, Bruno up top in a false 9, Eriksen in a false. We're doing makeshift things. You know what I'm saying? To Philip, who says, Flawless, I tried to sign in for Twitch, but it wouldn't allow me to, so I'm still not on Twitch. What did it say, Philip? Let me know, and I'll be able to help you out with that. Let me know what it says. Francis says, we could get Thuram for 40 to 60 million, but I know we'll find the most expensive striker for no reason. Why is it? Well, it's not for no reason. It's all about the deal. Why do we care about the money? I don't understand this. And how many times have you watched Thuram to say go get him for 40, 60 million? I've not watched him, so I don't know. But I trust the manager's judgment. Well, I don't care if it's a striker for 120 million or a striker for 20 million. Just go and sign a striker. Go do the deal that makes sense. If the striker's worth 120 million, sign him for that. If it was Mbappe, would I sign him for 120 million? Yes. I know we don't play in a 9, but you figure it out later. You figure that out later. Play Rashford through the middle and Mbappe from the left. But I'm over exaggerating to prove a point. Is I don't understand this comment. But yeah, go on, say what you're saying, Dan.
No, I was just saying, hell yeah, of course I'm getting Mbappe, bro. And I'm playing him up top as well. Striker, bro. I'm not putting him on the left or anything. Striker, straight up, that.
You figure it out. I was saying that. You figure it out. Oh yeah, I agree with you, Flawless. Let's get Felix and Giroud. Say we were to get Felix and I'd be in January if we sign both of them on loan. Let's use that. I'm happy with that. I'd be happy with that. Joao Felix. I'm not saying they're the long-term answer, but for right now this season, that would be fine. I rate them both enough to go, all right, let's see how this works.
100%. Get them in, and then summertime you reassess the situation. You actually can get a quality striker at that time as well.
Yeah.
easier to attain one then.
Is man said Thuram is free in the summer and costs 12 to 15 million right now. What are you saying? It's always people who just jump in the chat who've never been here talking the most rubbish ads. Not you, I'm saying to my man who said it. You know what I'm saying? It's always the newbies. Not always, actually. I don't want to disrespect all the newbies, actually, because some of you lot are real ones. I've been watching the German league for 2 years and Thuram has been impressive. He's a bit slow, but I like him. All right, fair, isn't it? I never heard of him up until the World Cup, but that's me because I don't be watching the Bundesliga. It's Thuram. To Chris, it was Thuram who played in the World Cup for France, like Lilian Thuram's son.
And you're the one that missed that chance.
Yep. I missed the chance in the end. Yep.
Oh shit, man.
Yep. I will take Harry Kane right now, but not for a lot of money. Nah, that's gone.
Hell no, man.
And to Philip, if they won't accept your username, that just means you got to change it. You have to change your username. That's all. They won't accept your name. Just switch it up. I'm guessing it's username because they should accept your email. If not, that means your email is already on there. So just click forget password and get. And go actually.
It's so obvious. Like,
go follow the Twitch. I didn't know what to say. Like Philip's my guy. Man. I didn't know how to wait to say it. You know what I'm saying? You know how to say it. Oh, it was Kolo Muani who missed the chance. All right, first. Would I take Kolo Muani? I don't know enough about him in it. I don't know. I don't know these guys like that. I trust Ten Hag's judgment. And all I'm saying is we need, you know what I'm saying, 2 strikers. So if we were to sign Thuram, I'd be like, all right, let's give it a go. I'm saying, like, Fez. I don't know, man. They all the same, man. People acting like we know these, man. We don't know these guys.
Man said they're all the same, you know. Sounded like fucking John from the pub, mate.
Yeah, man, these are all the same, man. These are all they're all Nations League players, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't know the difference, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Don't, man. These man, no one's ever mentioned these man up until this World Cup, man. I hate this shit. Don't do that. I'm saying, man said he's been watching him for 2 years. You never mentioned him up until now, man. Like, cut the shit, man. Cut the shit. No one was mentioning these guys. The only reason why we mentioned Thuram because of his pops, because his pops was world class. That's it. That's it. I remember watching his dad play. You know what I'm saying? His dad was cold. So let's not do this, man. People always want to be in the nose and that and ITKs. No one was talking about Muani or Thuram. They're French Nation Leagues players. That's what they are. They're Nations Leagues duns. Right.
I think there's such a lack of quality strikers now. Everyone's just clutching at straws, man. They're just like, yeah, let's just get this guy. That's that one, this one. Just like, you ain't even seen them, bro. What have they done? What's the credentials? What have they done? Like, but I guess we have to bank on the potential these days, isn't it?
Yeah. I hear that. Abdi says we do watch the German league. Yeah, not all these. I'm saying the majority. My point is nobody mentioned Thuram up until after the World Cup. This guy's never been mentioned. I've not seen his name pop up on here, any other live stream I've been on socials ever.
Yeah,
never. Now all of a sudden United should sign him. Come on, man. If he didn't play in the World Cup, no one will be talking about him. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. Come on, man. Like Ten Hag might have been looking at him. Scouts might know about him. That makes sense. Recruitment, because that's their job. This ain't our job. Let's cut the shit, man. Who's really watching the German league when it's on the same time as the Premier League? So has everyone got 2 free screens watching all these leagues at the same time?
Yeah, bro. I have dual screen set up, blood.
Yeah, dual screen. Like, shout out to my guy Steve. He's genuinely one of them. Like, he watches also. So when he says something, I'm like, fairs, but he's rare. He's like the 1%. Like, he watches everything. He could probably tell you about Thuram. For real. Or a guy in the Bundesliga or the French league. These youths could take all the man they want. I'm concerned with who United take. Now I hear you. Chris says, come on, be real. Felix is the one. Felix is the one. If we didn't have Glazers, he'd already be here. 1 second.
No, I can't even lie. Felix is not the one. Like,
go on, you're not with Felix. Why not? Why are you not with
Felix? Like, obviously, I would take him. But he's not the one. Do you know what I'm saying? I think we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves because he is the one that is like available now. But he's not the one like long term or anything. Like obviously it's not a long term, it's just a long thing, innit? But
yeah, no, go on.
He'll just play the false 9 or whatever in it. Like it's but it depends what you're looking for, what you want to do, how Ten Hag wants to set up. Like, does he want to operate the false 9 and that, or does he want to flip in what's his face, like Vlahovic type guy from Juventus? Like, Like, what does he want?
You're
Giroud type guy. Like, what does he want? Like, so I don't know, bro.
Yeah, with Joao Felix, I like the loan deal. I wouldn't take him permanently, but I'd take him on loan.
Yeah, but they're talking about some crazy figures, isn't it? Just for a loan.
But where they are, which is true.
I don't really care, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, you're right. What I'm saying is that we're negotiating from a position of power. He wants to move. They want him to be sold. So they have a happy player on their hands. So we're the A side of this negotiation. So therefore,
they'll
negotiate down. Yeah. Like, go get him on loan. Let's say it was 8 million. I'm just using that as a figure, people. I'm not saying it is 8 million hypothetically. 8 million loan fee, and it was like, all right, pay half of his wages. Cool. And it was like, if you want him in the summer, it's 70 million. Like, that would be the deal. I'd take that. And if he came in and played well, and then we spent 70 million on him, cool. If he's here and he plays poorly, then you send him back. And then we reassess it in the summer again. I have my reservations about Joao Felix. I'm not sold at all. I think he's a good player, but I'm not sold because of the lack of physicality. But
I don't know if he's got that mentality. I'm hearing some madness about this guy. I'm hearing these girls cheating on him. Yeah.
Wait, what?
And then he's going back to her like.
That's a whole different thing for a minute.
Yeah, I know it's a whole different thing, but at the same time, it ties in because the mentality of the man. Like, why you going back to your girl that's cheating on you, bro? Says a lot, man.
I'm gonna leave that to you and that.
That's what I heard. Innit?
I didn't know about this either.
Twitter.
It is because man are saying, Felix looks soft. In what sense for that? Like, you have to be like,
you're just taking the piss.
You taking liberties and that. Felix is designed for positional play philosophy. Been saying it for years now. He would excel under Pep. Now we have a manager that plays the same ball. I hear that, Black Diamond. That's why I'm saying on loan, yes. Get him on loan and let's have a look at him. I just don't want to spend 70, 80, 90, 100 M's on him. That's not what I'm with. I'm not about that. I'm not with that.
Yeah, like I said, he can work. He can work. Like, he can make it work. But
Felix is a world-class talent, noticeable, flawless. I said world-class talent, so I don't want you to take this one wrong. I hear that. I'm not even going to say you're wrong for saying. I think he's very whether he's a world-class talent is a different conversation, but I believe he's very, very talented. I agree with that. But eventually, your talent has to equal productivity because we see many talented players, not just at United, just in general. And it's like, he's talented. When do you produce? Martial's talented. You have to produce. Pogba was talented. Well, still is talented. You have to produce. Dembele at Barcelona is talented. You have to produce.
Talent plus consistency, man.
Yes.
That's what matters, man.
You gotta be consistent. Well, yeah, Chris, I'm not even disputing if Felix has world-class talent because I've not watched him enough. One thing I do know is I think he's very talented, at least. That's why I'm saying bring him in. I could sign him alone, I would. But the deal has to be right. That's just me, though. The deal has to be right. But yeah, love to everyone that's looked in. We're going to close out this episode of the ManDem United podcast. The only reason why we're running this on Thursday, people, is because obviously you got the watch along. There's this Q&A tomorrow at 5, and then obviously the FA Cup watch along as well on here. But it'll go back to regular. The ManDem United podcasts will go back to regular timing on from next week, people. So every Tuesday, every Friday, 5 p.m. right here on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. That's every Tuesday, every Friday, 5 p.m. You can also listen back to it on audio platforms as well. Salute to the audio, you know what I'm saying? All the people who listen to Sarcasm City TV on audio as well, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, just type in Sarcasm City TV. Because you might not want the YouTube or Twitch app open. You know what I'm saying? You might be on your phone doing your thing. You might be at work. You might be driving. You might be cooking, cleaning, whatever, people. But yeah, man, and we're back, like I said, tonight for the Manchester City Chelsea Manchester City watch along. But yeah, man, large up to you lot, man, every single time. Hopefully United, the next time we do this show, United have beat Everton. And then obviously the next one will be before the Charlton game. You'll see us again. Felix is too high maintenance. He's got to have things his way. Says who? Since when? What happened? See, man just be saying anything. I'm not even saying you're wrong, third eye. I'm just asking. But right, I'm closing out anyway, people. Catch me around Twitch in 10 minutes, people. In 10 minutes, I'll be over there. And then obviously we're back here 7:45 for the Chelsea versus Manchester City Premier League watching room. Dan,
what are you discussing on Rance's thing?
Yeah, we'll be discussing United, of course, and probably some more football stuff as well. Obviously, mainly United, though.
I have to tune into that.
Anything you want to add and let them know where they can find you and all that stuff?
Yeah, everyone, man, you can follow me on all platforms at Dan Silly, man. A lot of content on the way. Do you know what I'm saying? 2023.
Let's go.
Saying gas. But yeah, big up everyone, man. Happy New Year. Hope you fulfill your New Year's resolutions, everyone. Make sure you stick to it. If you're saying you're going to the gym and that, then stick to this shit, bro. I don't want to see you going there for like a week and then fall off.
Absolutely.
Keep going in, bruv. I believe in you lot. Yeah. And if you need some advice or anything, just DM me, bruv.
There you go, people.
Because I does this. Do you know what I'm saying? I really does this. Man's in the gym like every day. Like,
yeah, man. Dan getting one. You know what I'm saying?
So you know what I'm saying? Like, holler at me. It's not just internet, sitting on internet all day. You need to get up and exercise as well, guys. Yeah. Whether you're whether you're actually playing football, not just talking about it, play it as well. Get your cardio up. You know what I'm saying? But
facts.
Yeah, guys, man. Holler at me, man.
Check out
some of my fitness videos as well, man. Gas you up, motivation. That's what we're here for.
See that, people. And I'll add Dan's channel to the title as well, people. So you'll be able to click the link and it'll take you directly to his channel. So go subscribe, follow him across all of his socials as well. You never know who's going to drop in on Sarcasm City TV, people. This is what we do over here. And he's right, man. You lot make sure you exercise. I'm going back to playing ball on Saturday. So, you know, be out there. But love to everybody who has locked in. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.